I'll roll the show out in a couple of minutes. We should be live. If you want to go to the page and share, we should be live now.
Oh, okay, great.
So I'm going to go to the page and do that myself.
Okay.
And then we'll just roll the show out and get to know each other in front of everybody.
Now it's going to be on, the link is going to be on Todd's, or is it going to be on the?
No, it's on me. It's on my personal page.
Okay, great.
So I'm going to go.
Oh, got it.
Okay, you got it. There you go. All right, let's see here. All right. Okay, I found it. There we go. Back. We're going to roll the show out just a couple of minutes, everybody. Thank you for your patience.
I had somebody contact me already asking because they were waiting.
I think, well, we had it set for an hour earlier, so they were probably waiting. Yeah.
And
okay.
I didn't know the person. I was like, oh.
Well, that's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Let me turn my volume down. Get this set up. Hello, Emily Hoskins, Kamara Ford, Angelia LaRue. How you doing? Thank you for your contribution, and for everybody else that's sending us loving, supportive contributions, which keeps us going every single day by the seat of our pants. But we're able to do that, and if they weren't coming in, we wouldn't be able to. So I just want to say thank you to Angelia and everybody else. We got 11 people in the house. I'm going to share this through some affiliate groups and get the electronics to work. So we evidently have another first here. This is our beloved sister Toni Love's first appearance on camera on a talk show of any sort. So she's one of many, many that's held true for as well. So we're honored to have her today. Honored to get to know her today. Introduce her to the Soulogy crowd. Let me just get a couple more of these out. Okay. All right. Hello, Elizabeth Marie de Anda. Thank you for that. Who else is here? Richard Domke, Eric Heights. Let's see. Shamir Babaraz here. Nanier here. Nanier Holbeck. Kathy Waldowski and Fiona Carthree. We haven't seen in a while. Jenny Anima and Frederick Lambert. Where you been hiding? All right. So there's Paul Castaneda, also known as Gaia Man. I think that's who might have reached out to you. Hello, Geraldine down in Ireland.
Yes.
These shows resonate with you. Please share so we can stay above the algorithms of Facebook. This is our third show of the day. Again, thank you everybody for your continued love, support, contributions to keep us going. And obviously for your, most of all, for your energy that helps us create this expanding vortex, which we call Soulogy, where we all come together just to talk about our experiences and what we believe is the highest level activations, healing, transmissions, and downloads we can offer each other just by having a conversation with each other amongst all of our brothers and sisters. So we have a special final Soul Speak 5D for the day. We have our beloved sister Toni Love with us today. I'm going to read a little bit of a bio in regard to our beautiful guest, Toni Love, Angelic Light Star, a global healer, biofield, multidimensional 5D healer, and bio-body scan intuitive reader mediumship. Toni, the galactic Blu-ray being, sent from the golden age from the future, the age to come. She can see over many people that she gives intuitive bio-body scan readings to, the very own star planets. And when she gives a light language activation or third eye activation, she can see in detail their avatars, light, star beings from their planets, and light codes also their DNA song. Everyone is completely different with their mission, and their light codes, some are very different light language and never the same. Avatar star beings are the same for each person. Toni has been singing light language, Shekina mother tongue speaking, drawing light codes since she was 7 years old. She thought it was doodling or gibber sounds, though it was completely normal, and so on. This is a very extensive and excellent read, this bio. You might want to check it out on the announcement for the show. We are running an hour late. It was a little bit of a mix-up, but everything's good. Everything's in divine timing. So welcome to Soul Speaks 5D, Toni. It's good to have you here. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you for sharing space with us and being here today.
Hello, thank you for having me. So happy to have met you and run across your page. I ran across one of your interviews and I was like, oh my gosh, they're like me. I found some family.
Yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone anymore.
I've been hiding for so long, so.
So you said you started this at age 7 with the light language in the writing and the singing. A lot of people that come on the show talk about being born with their skills and abilities, but then forgetting them and going into the 3D, getting married, getting jobs, and just kind of getting away from it for one reason or another. Did that happen to you?
Let's see, I was born with this. It just all started more activating at 5 and then at 7. The healing, I seen beings and auras around people and orbs and angels and all that when I was 5. So I thought it was normal.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I started healing animals when I was 7. There was a bird that came into my room when I was younger, and it, hit the window, and then it kind of, just died. And I was able just to project the pure love on that bird. And I felt so much compassion and sorrow at that age. And then the bird woke up and flew away. So that's when I started, and my mom was just like, oh my God, you're different. So
did you have any brothers and sisters growing up?
Yes, I did.
And did you stand out from them?
I did. I was the only one that was the rare one. I was the only one that could not go to school. Yeah, so I had to be homeschooled because I would feel everybody's things and I would see everybody's stuff. And so I was always like I was sick or something, and then I would always go to the doctor and there was nothing wrong. So I was picking up on everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And so how did that progress from 5 to 7? Did you start doing healing work on people at some point early?
I started doing healing work on my mom because she was very ill a lot. So I started doing a lot of I didn't know what it was at the time. I just kind of just looked at her, and then I projected this pure energy vibration of love, I guess, at that time. And because she was always so sick. And so that's when I started. I started on my mom and then the animals, and then it continued on. So. And
where does that bring you today? Because that's quite a descriptive bio.
So I'm 51 today. I'm 51 years old. So I've had a long journey. Yeah. So everything kind of awakened more so. Okay. So when I was in my 20s, I had a near-death experience. I'll just do that. And when I had the near-death experience, I went to the other side and seen some amazing things. And yeah. So when I came back from that, after 4 months of being in a coma, I had more sensitivities, more things that opened up for me. And so I did try to shut it down. It was just overwhelming for me. My goodness. How can I say?
Do you have any recollection of that 4-month trip to the other side? I mean, do you remember?
I do. So I went up this huge, beautiful crystal, and it had rainbow lights and different colors, and went up to this tunnel. And then on the other side, it was like I seen children waiting in line with papers. I seen glass waterfalls and glass water, just everything was glass, like it was under earth kind of thing. Just Yeah, so everything was like glass, and the colors were very vibrant. The oxygen there was not of this world at all. Very, very pure. I did see a lot of crystals on walls there. They were just everywhere, crystals, different stones, different gems.
Wow.
The grass, everything there was like so vibrant, and they all had a song. Everything had a vibration, a song, but they all harmonized this, together, but they had their own song. I see light beings there, and the only reason why I know who that person could be is if I could see their DNA song, because everybody has their own DNA song, and they all have their different colors. So that's what I've seen. I've seen multi-dimensionals there, different levels.
What do you mean by that? You saw multidimensional.
Like I've seen like different dimensional. Let's see. I try to explain it. I mean, like different angels, like people, the angels that people see, on the pictures, they're nothing like the angels that I've seen. So there's angels there that are, huge angels, and they look half human, half, and they're half angelic. They have small wings. They don't have wings. They have different suits on, with the symbols on it. So they're all different ranks of angels, if that makes sense. So yeah, and then I seen like this beautiful vibration, like is God speaking out of it with different colors. So I would see that also. And then I seen like masters. At that time, I didn't know what masters were, or the teachers, or all that stuff. It was just confirmed later on in life. So I seen all these different beings at that time also.
Do you think that where you went in this 4-month period when you were in a coma, do you think that it was connected to inner Earth?
I think so, because then later on in life I learned about that too, or I seen a post and I'm like, oh my God, it feels like home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the inner Earth, hollow Earth, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the beings are so beautiful, like, the white hair and the blue eyes, but there was different ranks there. Yeah.
Do you look at that place as let me see if I can get this question out. Do you look at that place you went during that 4-month coma, which you think is connected to or is inner Earth? Do you look at that as home, or do you look at that as a stopover, another dimensional stopover to a more core environment, oneness, or whatever you want to call it?
I feel like it's like, I feel like I belong to a lot of different places, and that's just strange to me, because I feel like that's home, but then I feel another place is another home. I feel like I have different, like I've been there before at each one. So that's I've been always kind of confused about how to explain that, and you explain that perfectly.
So, well, maybe, yeah, multi-dimensional, maybe
multi-dimensional,
multiple homes.
Yeah.
Now, did you get any sense of what those children were standing in line holding papers for?
I felt like they were waiting to come back to Earth, or they were waiting for their mission, some of them, because they all had paperwork in their hands and waiting in line to be sent back or just be sent somewhere. So
now this happened in your late 20s, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to keep running with it because you're very open about your situation in your life and your bio, and it's all about transparency, I guess. So if you're comfortable with it, and if not, don't answer it. Now, I would think that you've had many multidimensional, interdimensional type of experiences, communications. People call it astral traveling, bilocating, whatever you want to call it, dream state, lucid dreams. Have you gone to any place specific other than what you journeyed when you went through this 4-month coma? Like other planets, other galaxies, other universes?
So that's interesting because it now has been more open for me. Like it's like the last 4 or 5 years, all of a sudden I'm seeing like these planets or these beings, and now I've been doing light language again more so, and then also drawing the codes and also the artwork now. So it's just like flooding through me all of a sudden the last 4 years. So it kind of like wasn't as strong then, but now it's, does that make sense? It's like, now it's like open. And then now when I start doing readings over people, I can't see everyone that I see it, but I do see most of them lately, that I'm seeing like their planet and what they're from, you know, where they're from. And I didn't even know some of the names. I just looked it up, you know, afterwards because I get confirmation from spirit. I was like, oh, that's exactly what I seen, you know, that,
Right.
and so I'm seeing that. And then I'm also seeing like their avatars, which I'm hoping to be able to draw. I just got some drawing pins for my computer and some digital paint stuff, but I would love to draw their avatars. And they're just like so bizarre looking and beautiful beings. You know, they're blue or they're green, or, you know, they have like this, some of them have gold, you know, like goes way up. It's really hard to explain. I could see it, but it's hard to get down. So.
Do you, when you say avatar, are you, what would that be described as? Is that a higher self, oversoul type of energy?
I think it's their avatar from their planet that they were assigned to, if that makes sense. Like they've always been with them.
Uh-huh.
Another thing too is that I'm seeing, I know that people talk about twin flames and all that, but I also have been seeing people's twin flame as themselves from their planet and connected, and they get downloads from their planet to Earth.
Okay. So when you, so maybe then the planet you're referring to, everyone has a planet. That would be maybe we'll say a past life. I know we're not linear, but I'm just saying
Right.
something that existed prior to this incarnation or this mission that's still connected. So it's some type of higher multidimensional aspect.
Yeah, it's a higher plane.
That identifies with a particular planet, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And could you know where your planetary lineage is? I mean, can you see your own as you see other people's?
So when I was younger, I always kept on saying first of all, I didn't feel like I was belonged here at all. I didn't even want to be here. I do remember making a vow for my mission, and you know, for pure love. I'm sent here from the future. I kept on feeling like I was sent here from the golden age, the future to come, and it felt like I was always 6 to 10 years ahead of people, even when I was doing like the music and all that. And then later on, I would see people starting to do that. You know what I mean? My mission is to help people heal up from their earth and to help them move forward. That means like removing any traumas or, you know, whatever they had to go through on this earth, and helping them move forward so that they can, you know, be up to the 5D, the 7D, the 9D. So I do feel like I always looked at the blue star. So I felt like I was really connected. I always look at the blue star, and I feel like it's coming close right now. So.
No, are you talking about the blue star Kachina or a particular?
See, that's the thing with me is I don't really know names. I just know. I just see
So
it.
you say I've always identified with the blue star. And
so I don't know names or anything like that.
Now, this is interesting to me too. You've been a practitioner for a long time. It seems like over the last few months, at least, there's been some type of shift. It may have started, if I could pick a date, 11/11 last year, winter solstice, maybe first of the year, January 11th. But sometime around there seemed to be a shift on many different fronts. And one of those seemed to be in the healing, what we call the healing or the energetic practitionerships, where there had been a lot of history in the previous years of people such as yourself assisting people with the removal of implants, programming, different things like that that were blocking them. Have you seen a change in the recent months or weeks where that's becoming less of a necessity as more people are expanding their field and or healing themselves?
I do see, I felt a huge shift. It was like way powerful. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, there's more and more people that have extended. So I do believe that. Of course, there is some people that still need our help. They're just, but yeah, I've seen a lot of movement. I definitely have.
Wow. Wow.
So, and the number thing though too is when I was younger, every single clock in my house would turn to a different number at the same time. It was so weird. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that, but the 11:11 or 12:12, I get I always get 9:01 or 9:09 or 8:08. I get like the off numbers than most people do. So, but it's consistent. But one time everything froze in our house and every clock was a different number. It was like they were trying to get our attention.
Do you communicate with a team of guides or galactics or divine essences in the work that you do? Or are you communicating with just one singular voice that is the universe?
Just one single, just source. I never call like archangels or anything like that or guides. I just go directly. I go into a place of it's like nothing there, and then this energy, different sources of energies come through me, and I just do what source shows me to do and what person needs at that time. So everybody gets a different vibration and a different color. It's interesting. So no one's the same.
And have you had any type of galactic visitation or communications specifically?
I have had a visitation back in 2010 by 3 beings. And that was in Surprise, Arizona, because I live by the base. So, I was visited, and then my husband was visited 3 days afterwards by the same ones.
Wow. Did they identify where they were from?
You know what? I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I never seen those 3 before.
What kind of message were they offering to you and your husband?
My husband he's not he's more of a wellness practitioner. So he felt kind of like, he felt lots of love. So like they were bringing us lots of downloads, I think at the time, lots of downloads, but I didn't really get too much of a message, but I wasn't to be afraid of them when they do come in the future.
Wow.
So
Surprise, Arizona. That's right over there in Candyland with all those bases. Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened when we were there. It was my first time with those kind of beings. So.
And how about elementals like Sasquatch, fairies, elves?
No, no, I don't see any of the fairies or anything like that. I shouldn't say that. I should say I've seen a couple over some readings that I did for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you do readings for people, are you seeing their higher self? Are you communicating with their higher self? What's your process with them?
It's so hard to do. I just kind of like close my eyes and then I do a breathing technique, and then I kind of like see this oh gosh, it's a portal or opening that comes over them, and then sometimes I see like a lotus that opens up on top, and then I see a pyramid that's upside down, the point, and then all the energy comes through, and then I go higher, really high into a place, and then I could see I don't know. It just downloads. I don't know how it's done. I've always had it, so I don't even know how to teach it.
I understand. It's all intuitive, right?
I guess, yeah, it just is automatically there. So I guess I've always had it, maybe, you know, and I just don't know.
Now you have a page Into the Light Healing, right?
So like
On Facebook. And you mentioned some of your artwork. Do you have some of your artwork on that page?
oh yeah, I've been posting a lot of it lately.
Let me go to it here.
Okay.
I'm going to go to your photos.
Okay.
Now, is this one of your pieces here?
No, that's not mine, huh? But you can see down. Yeah. So there's the angelic one right here that I did.
This one here.
The pink one and the blue ones.
These?
Yeah. All of those ones I do.
These type. Okay, yeah. They look like a light language, right?
Yeah, I just get downloads and I've been using the digital paint art that I have. So it's been pretty interesting. It just comes out of
Oh,
nowhere.
I see. Here's another one here. Right here. Yeah. So you make this digitally. You don't do this on paper and then take a picture.
No, I do digital. I got the digital paint brushes here. And then I have a art studio on my computer that I'm on right now because it's touch screen.
Oh, wow.
So you could just paint right off of your touch screen.
And these here, are these yours too?
Uh-huh. Yep.
And how long have you been doing these?
Not too long with that whole opening.
Yeah.
It just happened. I'm not an artist at all, and I'm not. Yeah.
And you also talk about music. Now, what type of music do you do?
So that's another natural ability that just came into my life, or a while ago, I should say, a long time ago. We have like 3 or 4 hours. We just call it soaking music. 3 hours of healing music, healing sounds that I got from when I was on the other side. The high tones, the vibrations, I try to mimic. Another thing too is I do the light language, speaking that, and then also the so I have a variety of different styles of music. I even was a jazz singer. So
you cut out on that. There's some distortion. What did you say? What was the last thing you said?
Oh, I said I was even a jazz singer for
I got you.
Austin, Texas for 6 years, I believe. Yeah.
Down on 6th Street.
Yep, down on 6th Street.
Very cool. That's
yeah, and we used to manage a big Mediterranean castle out in Lago Vista.
Oh yeah, Lago Vista. I lived in Lago Vista.
Oh, you did?
Can you imagine that?
What a small world. So
it's like it was like 4,500 people in the population of Lago Vista.
Right.
And I lived there. I had deer in my front yard every day. And
did you see that huge castle that's on Lake Travis?
Is that where you were?
That's where I used to work. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. So I managed that, and then I did music.
Yeah, I lived there for about 4 or 5 months, and it's very interesting, very different change of pace, no doubt.
It is definitely. So yeah, I do a variety of different styles.
Now, how long have you been, if you don't mind me asking, how for the reason for in respect to what we're calling ascension? How long have you been in a relationship? You mentioned your husband earlier. He's a wellness practitioner.
Yeah, we've been married for 31 years.
Wow.
We're our first loves, and we got 3 older sons, 34 and 32 and 31.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we have 9 grandchildren.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and my husband's very gifted also. He's a very, very gifted. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. And so what's that been like to traverse the what we call ascension, to go through this expanded collective awakening and see that both of you being gifted, being together for 30 years, raising a family, being normal and abnormal at the same time. How's that going for you?
We've grown together. I mean, we're just like we've been together before. We have so much love and compassion for people in general. We've always have given. We had a healing spa. We had a healing rooms. You know, we've always done things together, even music, because he's my guitar player also. So yeah, so and even with our children, we were very spiritually active. And also two of my boys are very, very gifted where they can actually, you know, communicate with their mind instead of talking. And so is my grandchildren. So my oldest granddaughter, her and her dad can talk to each other and by mind only, you know, and not speak. So so it runs in the family, a lot of the giftings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And have you seen any change of any consequence at all over these last few months, you and your husband, in terms of your relationship and its own vibration?
No. Our relationship has gotten extremely stronger, actually. So we're just like, I don't know. We get a lot of people that are actually jealous of our relationship, so because they want what we have, you know what I mean? But yeah, our relationship is good. You know, I don't even know when the last time we had an argument or a disagreement. So yeah.
Do you think that couples are playing a role in this expansion, this collective awakening?
I do believe so. Mm-hmm.
And do you have any intel on that?
Another thing too is I do think that there's a lot more couples coming together and they're helping bring people forward and helping with the love, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I do think that there's more couples doing it. So, but I also see that there's a new race that's here, like the rainbow children. I don't know if you've heard of those.
I have heard of those, and I was going to ask you about that. Can you give us your
beautiful? They're not here for karmic or anything. They're just here to gather up a lot more of that generation to bring forth. It's like they have like a 4 or 5 strand DNA in them, so they're very, very advanced. So they're not here for karmic at all. They're here to gather everybody for ascension. That's what I get.
Would you say that these kids are what, 1 to 10 years old at this point, or are they older than that?
There are some that are older. Yeah. Like 17, 16 years old.
And how can you spot these children?
I could see their colors, and their DNA song is a way different than the like mine and some other people, you know, with our age group. So I wish I knew a lot more with names and all that, but I just go with the flow. And
you deal in the nonverbal universal communication.
Yeah. And another thing too is like spirit hid me for a while, like just kept me hidden for quite a few years. And then all of a sudden I was released again for some reason.
Now, what do you mean by that? Like
just taking me out of the pool of doing any kind of spiritual activity for a little while, like a protection. And then that was quite a few years ago though. And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden it was time for us to start again to ascend. So
did you have, I know you were homeschooled, but and I guess you must have met your husband pretty much after you were 18.
Yep. Yeah.
So did you ever, because you guys were so unique and you were so unique, did you ever have any big issues like a lot of these folks that come on the show have? And I mean, with society, with normalcy.
Did we have issues with other?
Yeah, like did you have issues? Did you was attention drawn to you? Were you called crazy?
Oh, all the time. Oh my God, yeah, we were all the time. We were we were nuts or crazy. You guys need to go to a ward or something. Or when we go to the grocery store, the doors would go zzz, or we would affect everything, and people would look at us, like, what in the world, So yeah, we didn't really have a lot of friends because we are best friends, and we didn't really know people, but like we were stuck. It was like, where's other people like us? You know what I mean? We didn't fit in. We didn't fit into like religion, and we didn't really fit into the new age. We were like in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was really hard to find like-minded people.
Well, you found a few now, haven't you?
Well, yeah, I ran across you all, and then I was like, oh my gosh. And then the whole, like in spirit, the Shekinah word, I did not even know what that was. I was like, name that in the spirit. My husband also got a spiritual name back in the days too, called Ben Yahweh or something like that. I can't remember the first name, but so we both got spiritual names. And then later on in life, we found out what it was and what it meant. So
what's your focus now? Your focus is on your practitionership, working with people, removing implants.
My whole goal, the reason why I'm alive, period, is to help people heal up. And I'm doing what I'm supposed to do until I go on, And so I'm going to keep on helping people as much as I can, and keep on giving them love, and healing relationships. Also, I would love to help children to develop their giftings and know what their giftings are. So I like to suggest that for them. I can't wait to have a little class with kids that are gifted, that the parents don't understand them, because I was the same way and no one understood me, and my mom didn't really understand me. So I would like parents to be educated. I would like these children to ascend faster, So not only that, but just people in general. Heal them up and help them to ascend forward and help them awaken.
Wow. And your husband, you say, is a wellness practitioner. What type of healing does he do?
So he went to Sweehaw School. I don't know if you've heard of that.
What is that?
He's a hypnotherapist. He's a nutritionist. He actually does toe readings.
Toe readings.
Toe readings. It can show you your life, your past, and it's very emotional, I guess. And essence flowers and all that. He's also a business coach, a life coach, and so on. So
wow.
He went to the whole school and certification, and me, I just kind of just go with whatever I know.
You went to the non-physical school university.
Right.
We'd love to have you and your husband on sometime together if you'd be interested in doing that, and or any of your children or grandchildren who've been exposed to this environment that are part of this incredible family tree.
Yeah, and so 2 of my boys are in Alaska, and then one is in 2 hours from me in Arizona. So my grandchildren are in Alaska.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, also. And then I got 2 grandchildren here. Yeah, definitely. You'd probably love to talk to him too. He's got so much knowledge with the whole, when you were talking about Bigfoot and all that stuff, he's all into that. So it's like his brother.
Well, I don't doubt that. Does he have a connection with the elementals?
I believe so. I don't get too involved with that. That's his thing.
How interesting is that? I guess polarities are always intact in these relationships.
Right. I mean, he sees different things and I see different things. So.
and I guess you guys are the 0 point of that spectrum. Right. He keeps everything on his side of the fence, and you keep everything on your side.
Well, we do sometimes gather and share what we have in common. But when he talks about the whole, the aliens and all that, and the Bigfoot and the, what is it called, the wolf dog or all that stuff, and he talks about the hollow ground though too. So yeah, you just gotta talk to him. He's very, very. You'll love him.
Would be very interesting. Would
Yes,
really would be.
very
I'd love to do that. We'll reach out to you on that. Morgan or I will reach out to you on that, and
Yeah,
even have him individually and both of y'all together. That would be very cool.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be super nice. I told him, I was like, I wish you were on with me tonight because I was so nervous.
Well, you're doing fine. We're just having a conversation.
He said, "Oh, honey, I love you. You could do it. You're a rock star."
He's right. He's absolutely right.
So,
What,
um,
what a power couple.
yeah, and we don't even really know too many people around Arizona. We've been here for 2 years. We kind of just, um, where we're at, and Surprise is not, we don't have a lot of people like us here. So I was hoping to move somewhere that we can be more spiritual and tuned with other people, but I guess this is where Source wants us right now.
Wow. Wow. Now, do you?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, he does work for helping people with Alzheimer's and at assisted facility living. So he does help with people with all those different.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And do you guys ever experience dimensional travel together, or divine episodes together, anything like that? Supernatural?
Yeah, we do. We used to a lot too, because when we lived in Alaska, we had healing rooms of Juno, and we had a lot of spiritual encounters there together. When I do music sometimes, or I do healings, I don't know if you've seen it before. I get lots of sapphire dust or gold on my hands and also my arms in when I do music or healing in general. And then my husband, he gets that. We had it all over us at one point.
He gets the same thing?
Yeah, he gets a different color. He gets like a silvery dust on him, but I get like the gold. Especially when I do live, sometimes it just starts manifesting on my hands. And people are like, whoa, that is weird. But that's just the higher realm that I work with. Sometimes it happens and sometimes it don't. It just.
So this actually comes through on your lives. Can you see it on the lives, or just something you observe?
People actually see it wow. With my, my hands and all that stuff. So
where can people catch you on these lives? On that page that I showed earlier?
Oh yeah, I go on there a lot. I do my lives on there. Yes, I do on that page.
So that is, and I also want to show them that, let me just see if I can pull it back up. So this is Into the Light, Healing Modalities and Readings. You have a calendar here for sessions, right?
Yeah, and different services that I offer.
Yeah, and this is where you would do your videos.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to be. That's where I do my videos, and then also just inspiration and to help people in general. So yeah.
It looks like here too you have some different. You have a couples mentoring session, house business clearing, money tree activator, light language activation, past life intuitive reading, and it looks like some more stuff. So it's quite a little smorgasbord there, right?
Yeah, because I could see people's past life, and then I see if it serves them now. So I could see chords, and then so then I remove those if they give me permission or if that's what they want. So if they feel like they're not moving forward, or perhaps they made a past life contract with a relationship and they're not able to find their relationship this life, there's things there. So when I do a scan on somebody, I see all these different, like either emotional trauma, or stagnant energies, remove, so it just goes multidimensional for each person. So I can either see generational curse stuff or soul ties or soul tears or, all that. So that I heal them up and fix them and help them move forward.
Very cool. Yeah, there's a 3 or 4 people since the beginning of the show stating that they've worked with you and it's been very successful. Now, do do you want to do anything now? I mean, did you want to do any type of song or channeling or light language or blessing or anything that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't have my microphone or anything in here for the music, but all right. So I can end it with the light language, or if you want me to.
If you would like to, yeah, whatever resonates with you.
Yeah. So okay. So are we almost ending now, or?
We've got about 10 minutes. I just wanted to make sure you had an opportunity.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so I have people. I'm not seeing comments myself, so.
Actually, that's funny. I just asked you that, and yeah, somebody else suggested it at the same time.
Oh.
That's telepathy for you.
Oh, for the light language?
Yeah, but if you'd like to do some light language, that'd be great.
Yeah. All right, so let me get in here. Hashiha Hosikina o chocolate hesamba Korea Sindia. Ashinki anda hondoya bihisiki mahasuru. Ashi anda sihi ashungo alamo hutahe ishikina asodo esimatu. Shata sikina. Arehi sokuma dahe. She shokumanda hesikia. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow. And I asked the lady earlier today on one of the shows, and I've gotten different answers when I've asked this question. Do you know what's being? Can you translate what's coming through you in light language?
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Like if I'm doing a prayer with this, then I'm sending prayer up. If I'm getting a download, then sometimes I do, but not always. But my spirit right now just felt like it jumped. So,
Yeah.
So I was like, "Woo, that was very powerful."
Yeah.
Sometimes I sound like I think I have a couple more, languages.
Yeah.
Yeah. My husband also used to do this too when he was younger, and he's leaning more back into it. So the first jibber jabber that he got was Tisanu, and he got interpretation of that was from that I need you more than water.
I need you more than water.
Yeah. Wow. That was deep within his soul. And another thing, have you ever had one of those bio scan things on your finger where you put on your finger and you could see like your aura and all that stuff? Have you ever seen that? I don't know what it's called. It's a machine.
You know what? I saw a place that does that in Sedona. They had a little room.
It was so interesting because my husband and I, we both did that for the first time. And my subconscious gave a word of Tav, T-A-V.
T-A-V.
And then they seen pink aura, pink all over, moving around. And then also my husband got one that was, I think it was N-U-N or something like that. So they all stopped and looked at it and they're like, oh my God, we've never seen that before. But yeah, I have the pink in the fuchsia color, I guess, that's attached to me.
Wow. So yeah. I'm just curious, because of your experience in this incarnation and the connection that you have multidimensionally and the work that you do, because I'm sure you pick up information too from clients in regards to the collective. What do you think's going on here from your own perspective? What do you think we're doing here? Who are we? What are we? What's happening?
Oh my gosh, I'm like, I just really feel like, well, I know that I'm sent here to help people, period. But I think that also this is like, I don't know, a learning. This is learning, like we're being taught, but we're also, this is like, we were also chosen, every single soul, to be on this earth.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling. But I feel like there's something really, really close coming. And I keep on getting like 2023, somewhere around there, that we're actually going to start meeting more of our star family, and that we're going to be all united, but there's something big coming. I could feel like the butterflies, I don't know, in my stomach, like excitement.
Yeah.
So something really good is about to happen. And a lot of people are going to start extending a lot faster now. Like they're going to move. If that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Absolutely.
So just my instinct and what I feel, and with the acceleration that we've been seeing and feeling lately, and then everybody going through this, oh my God, this energy, it's like one after another. It's like we don't have much of a break, so I really feel like everybody's speeding up to be with their star planet.
I was going to ask you about that. What, obviously you mentioned it, and so you're very aware of the energies. We'll call them the collective energies.
Okay.
How do you deal with that? Do you get triggered still? Do you go human, 3D at times?
At times I feel it, but I'm high. I keep my vibrations extremely high, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So then I don't feel that. Another thing too is I never ground to Mother Earth. Everybody seems to do that, but Source showed me how to ground upward to keep my vibrations higher, so that I don't feel the earth changes.
Wow.
Or get people's, because I was feeling when I was younger so much. Yeah. And it's like I had to go through all that to learn this gifting, and then I was able to shut it off, or I was able to do the switch later on after I was done learning from spirit. So
and and just a couple more, I'm just curious questions. You were awake from 5, 7 years old, light language and so on. You told us the rest, the near-death experience in your 20s, long before 2012, long before ascension became a household word, so to speak. What's it been like for you to observe more and more people? Because I find it fascinating that you made the comment earlier in the show that you found the Soulogy broadcast and you realize, oh my God, there's other people like me and my husband. What's it been like to find out that there's more and more people aware and living in the conscious of the non-physical, such as you are?
So I didn't go on social media. I think I started social media about 4 or 5 years ago. I think somewhere around there. I was a bit scared to go. Actually, I didn't want to be on social media. But so ever since I've been on social media, I've been getting so much confirmation and meeting so many different people that have the same, here and there. I mean, of course we're different and we all have different giftings, but we're so similar, like we're working together as a web. And and when I ran across you, I was crying actually, because I seen the interview of you and this lady, then Sedona, and I'm like, oh my God, I so resonated with her. But she knows a lot more, like the names and all that, but it just spoke to my spirit so deep. Like she's like my sister. Like, wow. I really felt connected. So I was so excited.
Wow.
See a lot more people. And of course, on social media for a while, I hid these giftings, and then Source says I need to just, go out and just, I need to be who I'm supposed to be. So you can't hide yourself anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are getting that. I'm a little surprised also that a lot of people are getting, they need to come out now. I'm a little surprised that someone of your brilliance and illumination this is the first time to be in front of the camera. So I think I want to thank you for that. You mentioned anchoring. You didn't anchor to Mother Earth, which I think is which is very, very cool what you were talking about. And there is no wrong, there is no right, right? But I'm curious as to what you anchor to. Is there something specific that you anchor to when you go up?
I feel like it's one of my planets. Because when I go up there, then I'm wrapped around this big crystal, and this vibration. And so like I'm like in this inside this crystal.
Right.
So,
Right.
and then I just get like this love, this overwhelming love in different colors and colors that you can't even describe here.
Off
Um,
planet.
yeah, off planet. So yeah, that's where I feel like I'm like in one of those glass beds being protected. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so I imagine my feet from this earth and the energy going up. And then that's where I go, high, high up. Um, I actually can see meridians that go all the way up past 33. And so people don't really understand that, but these ones are our earth ones. And then we have spiritual meridians.
And if you could, give any advice to anyone who's just new to this, just waking up, so to speak, or anybody, as with what you know up to this point, with your life experience, as we move forward to this thing that's coming or whatever, because a lot of people are talking about that.
When they're open, and I feel like they're open to receive, I do mentor and help people and to understand. So does my husband too. He's very good at mentoring. But yeah, so yeah, when they're just awakening. But the thing is when I start working on people that are just awakening or, thinking about it, or they're at crossroads and not sure where they fit in. When I start doing work on them, then all of a sudden they start seeing angelic beings, or they start seeing things. It's like they've never had that before and they're excited. And so it accelerates them to open up and to like they were they have that always inside of them. It's just that they just tapped into it and it felt familiar. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people get attunement, especially when I do sessions. So they start, then they come back to me and say, "Oh, is this normal? Oh my God, I'm seeing this," and I'm excited because I'm happy for what's going on in their life.
That's beautiful. And you're open to one-on-one sessions online.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Because I think based on the comments on the live, and I'm sure the replay will be the same, typically what happens is with this type of resonation, you'll be getting some messages. So the best way for them to contact you is going to be through that particular page. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I do have a group too, but they always find my group is connected. So.
Okay, so that's going to be, I'm going to show this one more time just so everybody can see where it is. This is Into the Light Healing and Modalities and Readings. And then I guess also they could contact you directly on Instant Messenger. But,
Yes.
Okay. So I would just say get ready, because typically that's what happens after shows like this. You'll get a few people hitting you up, and so I hope you have a little room on your calendar.
I have an old-fashioned little tablet here also.
We'd love to have you back. We'd love to have you and your husband on. And, if you have any rainbow grandchildren, we'd love to have them on. So you're in a community now of like-minded people. So, we call
family.
this. Yeah.
I'm so happy to have met all of you guys and for the work that we're all doing together. It's amazing.
Yeah. I would encourage you to post up in the Soulogy group. It's a good venue for getting stuff out there. Post your page or your group, once or twice a week, so people can get familiar with you. If you want to add to to the portal, the vortex that you've created. I want to thank you for coming in and honoring us with your presence and sharing space with us. And I look forward to meeting up with you again and your husband as well.
Love and light to you, and thank you so much. I'm so grateful that the universe brought us all together and that I was able to meet you and find you on YouTube. So
Beautiful.
yes, thank you so much. I'm happy to join you guys again, and especially with my husband too. So
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
all right,
Thank you for
love
the
and
light.
light to you guys.
You
Sending
too.
love and healing.
Take care, Tony.